Uh. Ah. Do not ask any question. No. Valve hardware survey. Why is my wear hard? Muy amor. Muy amor. Eso fue lo que tú quiste. Let me get in the Valve hardware survey. Oh my days! Shut the other window.
You remember the slaughter fight essay?
The slaughter fight.
Spotify.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was messing around with. I sent all of the Spotify ones.
Someone replied. Someone you know on WhatsApp if you hold on a message you can reply to it with an emoji. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone did the pregnant man emoji.
I should make the level called I Am So Smiley. That's so Sigma.
I'll be back, I'm going for a piss.
Oh my! So the first thing I want to do is choose the song. Wait. No way! No way they got Verity! I'm not using that. I don't want to use sm6ley either. What? Literally anything but the thing I want to use. Alright, I'll use nuke powder. What do I want to use? Do I want to use Chaos? I want to use some slaughter house. I don't want to use the actual storehouse. Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm using fog. 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 Fog is such a good song.
You may be using fog, but I'm using toe.
Oh wait, fog is like the best song you could use for this. Alright, so what I want to do is just some simple baby cube gameplay. Tiny potato stuff. Tiny potato stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to beat future fog again.
And every single level I'm gonna make, I'm gonna hide a PP in it. No one's gonna know.
Just shove it in.
No! Don't make any sex jokes!
That's infinite.
I know what you were gonna say, because I can read the future. Like, the future funky.
What am I gonna say?
Something about diddling children, because you love that.
What you doing?
How do I know? Let's just say something's better not be said. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do is make some little tiny stuff.
When I come back to my dad's, I'm gonna do some stuff.
Oh yeah, are you gonna get GD on that PC?
Yes. When I come back from that.
Yes, yes, yes. Hooray. Horrific. But I am remaking Smiley, but this time I'm making it a little bit cooler because it uses the song Fog instead of Funk. I honestly despise. I don't care if he doesn't play anymore. Like, I'm still making a level. I'm making I Am Smiley. His name is Paul. Why am I not using the Fog cover? There you go. There you go. Wait. So, song. Are we not using the... Let me use the song. Is it not... Is this not the Fog I know and love?
In fact, chilling in the fog. He's having a grand old time in this fog.
So I'm gonna put the start offset to 20 seconds.
Let me tell you about a man named Paul.
I think it was like 22.
Let me tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact, chilling in the...
I don't know how long the original Smiley is, but I'm not doing the original.
Let me tell you about a man named Paul. Let me tell you about a man named Paul.
Let me actually. Oh, my days are just closed. Smiley 4. The thing was about 35 seconds long, which is it's pretty easy. It's a fun level. I like it. But this time I'm making it like better because I'm better at creating levels. This was just a challenge for Smiley, though. Alright, go freak yourselves. I honestly could not care less about your focus, right? Let's be honest. You'll be fine.
At least you didn't kill me this time.
Yeah, I didn't kill you this time, imagine.
Let me tell you about a man named Paul.
I have to make this. No.
Let me tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact, chilling.
How do you do it off like this? Like, just living. Like, Max, how do you do
Let me tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact, chilling in the fog. He was having a grand old time in this fog. But then you realized there was a man, and his name wasn't Ryan.
It was in there, so then we took it out.
Wait, I actually have such a goated idea for this level. Let me turn on the hitboxes. The accurate hitboxes. Bert, at the speed of Paul, he is so fast. You absolutely can comprehend him.
I'm also going to try to make Smiley. So how long is this supposed to be?
35 seconds.
Okay, I'll make it 35 seconds. I'm going to use my own as well.
Bart, you were not making Smiley. Yes, Dad, I'm streaming.
Let me tell
I'll
you
be
about a man
streaming
named
right now.
Paul, who was, in fact, chilling in the fog. He was having a grand old time in this fog. But then you realize there was a man, and his name wasn't...
Oh! I'm gonna be back in a sec.
There was a man, and his name wasn't Ryan, it wasn't Todd, it wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name was Gus. It's time. He was chilling in the fog, everybody knew that he had a dog, his name was Milo, you know that he my bro, we're till of Milo going super fast, everybody knows we're going super fast, but I mean the sun will super fast, cause we know we going, but he had a dog named Paul, and his name is Paul, that's right, he has a dog named Paul, and his name is Paul, how does he have two names, it's going crazy insane, I don't know how, but my brain is going membrane, you better beat this level, everybody knows that you dig him with a shovel, oh, we gonna go super deep, wait, look, Gus is coming, wait, Gus is coming, wait, Gus is coming, wait, Gus is on the bus, wait, Gus is on the bus, wait, you gotta watch out, Gus is on the bus, you better beat you, don't let him get you, wait, you gotta get Gus, wait, you gotta figure this out, wait, oh my gosh, who's gonna win, wait, you beat it, oh my gosh, you beat Gus, let's go, Paul wins, bang.
His name is Milo. Bro, he didn't do the full song. What
Let me
was?
tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact, chilling in the fog. He was having a grand old time in this fog, but then you realize there was a man, and his name wasn't Ryan, it wasn't
I'm actually so...
Let me tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact, chilling in the fog. He was having a grand old time in this fog, but then you realize there was a man, and his name wasn't Ryan, it wasn't...
Right, so I want it to be a buffer. I don't want it to be a buffer. Because buffers are for wusses.
Let me tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact, chilling in the fog. He was having a grand old time in this fog, but then you realize there was a man, and his name wasn't Ryan, it wasn't Todd.
Or are you making it like a fast paced?
I'm just making it a drop level. I'm just making it a drop. Because fog is basically just a drop. That's the entire song.
I'm using society. I'm gonna make the pre-drop 18 seconds and the rest.
Let me tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact,
Chilling in the fog.
He was having a grand old time in this fog, but then you realize there was a man, and his name wasn't Ryan, it wasn't Todd.
Honestly, I love this song. I like fog. Yes, other PP.
Why the fuck is it like that? What the fuck happened to my boxes? Thank you, bro. What happened?
Bro.
The grid was like bigger than it's supposed to be.
Yeah, you might have just used the wrong mod. You just used the mod.
Chilling in the
fog. He was in ground on time in the fog.
But then you realize there was a man. And his name
wasn't
Ryan.
Ryan. Right. I'm just gonna make some.
Keep flying.
I'm just gonna make some straight fly. Even though you keep on saying I'm not straight.
Let me tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact, chilling in the fog. He was having a grand old time in this fog, but then he realized there was a man, and his name wasn't Ryan, it wasn't Todd, it wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name was Gus. It's time. He was chilling in the fog, everybody knew that he had a dog, his name was Milo.
Alright, so basically, it's just gonna be. This is just the thingamajiggy. The ship is just gonna be a hold section. Oh, so this ship is just gonna be a tiny bit of hold.
Let me tell you about a man named Paul.
Because I'm a little bit of a fan of thing.
He's having a grand old time in the fog. But then you realize there was a man.
So
And his name wasn't
what I want to do for this part
it wasn't Toad.
is just Bro, do not make it absolutely evil. I'm not verifying this. I'm only verifying the one I'm doing. Yeah, thank you. I don't want to verify any other more of your crap.
You're verifying your version. I verify my version.
Bro, we're not making different versions of Smiley. We're just making different versions of an actual. You're just plagiarizing. I'm plagiarizing myself. Yes. So.
At first, I created the Smiley trial idea.
Yeah, well, guess what? I made it.
You made
I put the effort into making Smiley. Meanwhile, you started playing Future Far.
Mate, I decorated the original Smiley.
Maybe. Kinda was crap there. Mate.
I don't care if it's crap at this point, but let's be honest, it did well. It did okay. That's all I'm saying. It did fine. This structure is absolute ass, bro.
Where's not cheeks?
Oh shit, here we go again.
Where? Do not say here we go again with the ship. His name is Milo.
Do you know the really sussy part in the
Let me tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact, chilling in the fog. He was having a grand old time in this fog. But then you realize there was a man, and his name wasn't Ryan, it wasn't Todd.
Dude, I'm trying to have a serious stream.
This man's.
Sorry?
I'm trying to have a serious stream without you making sex references.
No, that's actually in the song from Aiden.
Yeah, what? You're still making sex references, dumbass.
Just before, that's just before that was,
Let me.
like,
Let me.
Yeah, did you hear what I said like a few seconds ago?
Let me. Let me.
Oh my days! Shut up. I'm not talking with you. I'm not talking with you. Make sex references? I'm like crap. I listen to it.
Let me tell you.
No, you can rot out.
Let me. Let me.
If I decline the call, that means I don't want to call you, dumbass.
Let me tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact, chilling in the...
Oh, I like that though. Alright,
Let me tell you about him.
so I want to see the funny club step monster because it looks pretty cool. No shaders.
Let me tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact...
Right, I want to buff this a little bit. So I'm just gonna add a little tiny nerf buff.
It wasn't Toad, but...
It was not Toad.
It wasn't Toad. It wasn't Toad. It wasn't Toad.
Yeah, it's possible.
It wasn't Toad. It wasn't Toad. It wasn't Toad.
Oh, tail chip.
It wasn't Toad.
So,
It wasn't Toad.
yeah. Right. So, I want to make this just a tiny bit easier because I'm verifying
It wasn't
this.
Toad, but in fact...
I'm gonna make some robot gameplay.
It wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name...
So, for this part, we are gonna place a massive saw blade.
It wasn't Toad,
You fall
but
down,
in fact,
you're dead.
it
You
wasn't
should
Toad,
be dead,
but in
unless you
fact,
do some stupid
It
timing.
wasn't Toad,
I'm trying to get
but in
that timing.
fact, it wasn't Toad, but in fact,
Yeah, if you do that timing, we're gonna place a mini map under you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can do
it wasn't
that.
Toad, but in fact, this
His
man's name was...
name was Gus. So, this is just a tiny little micro quick. You know, it
wasn't
moves
Toad,
skibbity
but in
toilet.
fact, this man's name...
Or if you do that timing, which is
But in
impossible,
fact, this man's name was...
Gus. Is this possible with inverted hitboxes? Wait, is it possible with inverted
It wasn't
hitboxes?
Toad, but in fact,
Sucked.
this man's name was...
This man's name was Gus. We love Gus. We love Gus. We love Gus. This man's name was Gus. Yes! So, basic structuring.
But in fact,
Jump,
this
jump,
man's name
jump.
was Gus.
You know what? I am gonna add a cube Another cube.
It wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name was Gus. It wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name was Gus.
Whoa! Oh my, that's actually... You know what? I'll dig with it. I'll dig with my butt twin. Fitzgerald! No way! Did they... What they do so much, bro? Fitzgerald! But this time, he angry. So he's angry, so... Five. 0. 5. So how do we make 2 eyebrows when he's freaking angry? Because that just makes him look sad. So... Yeah, I guess. I mean...
It wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name was Gus. It wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name was Gus.
Yeah, so this is just a frame perfect. So it's just an easy frame perfect. I need to edit the stream. Okay, so this part, I just want to make a thriller night.
This man's name was Gus. It's time.
Alright.
It wasn't Toad, but in fact,
This man's name was Gus.
It's time. It was Toad.
Now it's the fun part. We get to the drop. We go 0.5. Now, I don't want to make it too fast, but I'll do what I must. This man's name was Gus. 0.5.
It wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name was Gus. It's time. It was
So yeah,
It wasn't Toad.
this
but
part
in
is like
fact,
really easy.
This man's
What do you want?
It wasn't Toad, but in fact,
This man's name was
Gus.
Gus. Theoretically, you could do that, so
It wasn't
I'm not
Toad,
patching that
but in
though.
fact, this man's name
Nobody's
was Gus.
stupid enough to do that.
It wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name was Gus.
Oh, I'm just... Yeah. This man's name was Gus.
It's time.
Oh, I forgot the head bonking thing. Head bonk. Or allow head collision. There you go.
It's time. It wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name was Gus. Let me tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact, chilling in the fog. He was having a grand old time in this fog, but then he realized there was a man, and his name wasn't Ryan, it wasn't Todd, it wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name was Gus. It's time. It's time. It's time. He was chilling in the fog. Everybody knew that he had
Oh my!
Let me tell you about a man. Let me tell you about a man named Paul.
So,
who was,
this is it
in
so
fact,
far.
chilling in the fog. He was having a grand old time in this fog, but then he realized there was a man, and his name wasn't
Alright.
Ryan. It wasn't
Oh,
Todd.
I like this part.
It wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name was Gus. It's time. Let me tell you about a man named Paul.
And just because I want to be all fancy and crap, I'm gonna place down this and this. Yeah, thanks. Oh my days. Actually, genuinely.
Sleep low one, okay?
Alright.
Put your cream up your nose.
Streaming, by the way.
Eskimo kiss. Hi. Hey. You. I love you in the night, darling. See you in the morning, my little pudding pop, okay?
Dad, people are gonna think you're a weirdo. Right, it's official. Dang it. That's gonna be funny. Bro, what is... I'm actually gonna lose my crap. If I beat this level, I'm shouting like hell. Because I spent so long on it because I'm actually crap at this game. This man's name was Gus. Everybody knows that he has our... His name is Milo. Everybody knows he's my bro.
Let me tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact, chilling in the fog. He was having a grand old time in this fog, but then he realized there was a man, and his name wasn't Ryan, it wasn't Todd, it wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name was Gus. It's time. He was thrown in the fog. Let me tell you about a man named Paul, who was, in fact, chilling in the fog. He was having a grand old time in this fog, but then you realized there was a man, and his name wasn't Ryan, it wasn't Todd, it wasn't Toad, but in fact, this man's name was Gus. It's time.
It's time.
It's time. He was thrown in the fog.
Just a hard timing. It's not
time.
as that it.
He was thrown in the fog.
Wait, no way. What the crap? His name was Milo. Everybody knows that he's my bro.
It's time. He was thrown.
So this part is just gonna be
He was thrown in the fog.
just some chill gameplay. It's not that hard. So it's who giving on the thing. So I don't want to give you as much free time as you think you would have. So miss, you die.
It's time. He was thrown in the fog. It's time. He was thrown in the fog. Everybody knew that.
We're gonna change it to 4 times speed as we get into this portal, which I think adds up pretty nicely because I am not the biggest fan of geometry.
It's time. He was thrown in the fog. Everybody knew that he had a dog. It's time. He was thrown in the fog. Everybody knew that he had a
That he has dogs. His name was Milo. Everyone knows that he's not my bro. Now,
It's
how?
time. He was thrown in the fog. Everybody knew that he had a dog. His name. It's time. He was thrown in the fog. Everybody knew that he had a dog.
Right. Yes. Making crap ass gameplay. And my Bluetooth disconnecting. Thank you very much. It's been ruining my day for at least a few months. Thanks. If you can go down like that, you can go up like that.
It's time. He was chilling in the fog. Everybody knew that he had a dog.
Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna test that out.
It's time. He was chilling in the fog. Everybody knew. It's time. He was chilling in the fog. It's time. It's time. He was chilling in the fog.
This is actually.
It's time. He was chilling in the fog. It's time. It's time. He was chilling in the fog. It's time. He was chilling in the fog.
I'm actually so dumbfounded.